Hi guys, it's Nika and I am back with another Create a Sim video. Although today we will actually be just making over a really old sim. So everyone, meet Isaac Raven. He is from my very old Tumblr legacy. He's from my Raven legacy, which was the first thing that I ever posted on my Tumblr. And he is my Gen 2 heir. He was the very first baby that was born in that legacy. And I really love him. He's such a cutie. He's a little cute nerd that just needs to be protected. I'm sorry for already getting so like sappy and oh my god, I get to talk about my blurbo. Oh, he's a cutie. But it's just I love him so much. He is so adorable and he needs to be protected. And Isaac is also the boyfriend and of course later husband of another character that I've already introduced here, although it's been quite a while. And he actually in the story starts dating Zoe. I went over her storyline already, so I'm just gonna link that video so you can listen to it again. Zoe basically got yeeted from her original universe after kind of unfortunate events that I did. She gets yeeted out of her original Sims 3 universe and she gets yeeted into the Sims 4 universe. And I've sort of made some changes to that story. The way it is on my Tumblr, it's a very old version of that story. I've kind of changed it a little bit, but in the original, she doesn't know anyone in that world. She is completely lost. Everything is new to her. Everything is strange to her. But then she notices Isaac, and Isaac suspiciously reminds her of a friend that she had back at home. And then she gets to know him better and she realizes, oh my god, that is him. It's an alternate universe version of him or parallel universe version of him, but it is him. It is my best friend. And so she kind of holds on to him, and he at first he's like, would you trust a girl who would walk up to you and say, hey, I'm from another universe, I know another version of you, let's be friends even in this universe? Would you trust her? I don't know, I probably wouldn't. I would be very suspicious of that. So he sort of didn't trust her at first, but he warmed up to her, and then they got really close and they started dating, and then later on they got married, and they had 4 kids. And in fact, their firstborn daughter, Carolyn, she was my very first toddler in The Sims 4 ever, because she was born literally the day toddlers dropped. So yeah, that's a fun fact. But as for Isaac, his current version is kind of different from the original one. It's kind of, I think I made him more this is gonna sound bad, but I think I made him more introverted and more anxious, and I made it even more difficult for him to be around people and everything. He doesn't really talk, and I don't mean it in like just, oh, he's an introvert, he doesn't like to hang out with people. No, he actually has like troubles communicating verbally. Like, he can, but it's very exhausting for him, so he prefers not to if he doesn't 100% have to. He's got a dog named Newton, because his name is Isaac and he's very much into science and physics and space, so like, Isaac Newton I don't know, I thought it was cute. Yeah, he's a bit of a nerd. He's like a classic maths, video games, physics, science kind of nerd. And yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of friends. And then Zoe comes into his life, and I don't wanna make it sound like she fixed him, because she definitely did not. Like, there's nothing to fix. He's just I can't say that word. He's just neurodivergent. There we go. And like, that's not a bad thing. But like, he obviously struggles with some things. Like, same here, I do struggle with a lot of things, and that's fine. But like, she makes it easier. So yeah, that's sort of how I would put it. And in my original legacy, he became an astronaut, which, yeah, in The Sims, that's kind of what happens. But I actually feel like how I would do it now, he would not become an astronaut, but he would like stay doing his physics, astrophysics, something like that. And maybe he would be in like some Sims space program, but like he would be one of the people who stay here on Earth and help like navigate the spaceships and stuff like that, and they calculate stuff and you know, that kind of thing. Isaac also has a little sister. Her name is Katie, and I posted her a few weeks back on my shorts, and Katie actually became a vampire later on in her life. I find it interesting how in pretty much all my legacies, almost all my legacies in Gen 2, we have an older boy and then a younger girl, and one of them becomes a vampire. Well, the boy-girl thing, that is actually, I feel like, in every single one of my legacies, which is crazy. And the vampire thing, obviously, in my Not So Berry, we have Ross, he becomes a vampire, he has a younger sister, she does not become a vampire. And here it's kind of reversed, like, Isaac is older, Katie is younger, Katie becomes a vampire. So, like, that's an interesting thing. And yeah, they are very close, even though they are a lot different. I think Katie takes a lot more after her parents, because that's also kind of a funny thing about this legacy. Isaac's parents, they are these like very cool, like goth kind of parents, and then their son is just a cute little nerd. And that's fine, I'm not making fun of it. It's just interesting how he's completely different. But I feel like we are getting close to the end of this video, so I just want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I will see you all next time. I love you guys, bye everyone!